South Dakota Governor Kristi Noem, Alabama Senator Katie Britt. Great to see you both. How are you?
I'm great.
Okay.
Excited.
I saw you speak last night. Now you guys are friends.
Yeah.
I guess we're all...
We've always been friends.
Right.
Yep. I actually got to go help her get elected, too.
Let's get your reaction first. Okay, South Dakota. It's a free state.
It's a free state.
Okay, you believe in the Second Amendment.
Under God, the people rule.
Okay. You know 130 yards is nothing.
It's nothing.
Not secure.
I could spend 10, 15 minutes with one of my kids, and it'd be an easy shot.
Easy
Absolutely.
shot.
Yep, easy shot.
And that you heard the head of the Secret Service, and I'm not leaving, and oh, by the way, it was a slope roof, so we put the agents inside.
You know, Sean, leadership has consequences, and the buck always stops with the leader. So she needs to be fired. She needs to be gone. There was a clear failure here. We'll get into the details and we'll gather more information all along. But right away, we need to understand in this country that there's consequences for making poor decisions and for putting people in jeopardy the way that this administration does.
Yeah. Senator, great to have you. You know, I did call Alabama home for a couple of years.
We're so proud that you did.
Well, a lot of people, when I left Alabama, the local newspaper said goodbye to the talk show host from hell.
Yeah,
When I left Atlanta, it said, AJC, 1996 was a great year. The Olympics came and Hannity left. So I'm not so sure if everybody would share your view.
You are welcome anytime. We would love to have you in the great state of Alabama.
Well, it's great to have you. It's not your first convention, but your first time speaking?
Yes.
How was it?
It was incredible. I mean, walking out there last night, Sean, was electric. You could feel the energy. You can feel the hope. You can feel the passion for our nation and for Donald Trump and the policies he's going to put in place. So it was a really fun night, and I think the crowd, this is indicative of the energy we're seeing across the country, what we're seeing here this week.
You know, it's interesting. We see the Democrats in complete disarray. Finally, I've only been saying this since before the 2020 election, that Joe Biden is a cognitive mess. Now they've discovered that?
Yeah, no, you've been talking about it for years, and I blame the national news media that was trying to cover this up as well. They're complicit in the fact that he is not able to lead. He's not able to do the job today, and because of that, we've seen this extreme wing socialist Marxist agenda that's taken over the United States of America. So that's what the real Americans are waking up to now.
You know, and this does bring up a lot of interesting points, and I think you're right. And regardless if they were to replace him or not, although he steadfastly says that he's going to stay in here, Democrats will not change their policies on the border. They're not going to change their economic policies, energy policies, their defund, dismantle, reimagine, no bail laws. They're not going to change their foreign policy, which has been to suck up to Iran and let Vladimir Putin and Russia and China have free reign, our enemies. Is anything going to change if it's not Joe?
No, nothing at all. I mean, and that's what people need to focus on. It is the policies of the Democratic Party that have failed everyday Americans. I think it's telling that President Trump put there in the platform that it is dedicated to the forgotten men and women of this country. And what you're seeing here is us talk about that at every single turn, whether it is our border, whether it's abroad, whether it's the mess we see in our cities, whether it's the education of our children, we are in decline under Joe Biden. We are diminished and declined, just like the gentleman in the Oval Office. And so now it's time for change.
You know, in 2015, when Donald Trump came down that escalator, right? A pretty iconic moment.
Yeah.
Sort of like him standing up with the fist, fight, which fake news CNN criticized. But he talked about open borders. Now we have a 12-year-old girl brutalized for 2 hours and murdered in Texas.
Yep.
13-year-old girl raped in broad daylight in New York.
Killed.
Mother of 5 killed. There is a woman. Her name is not Lincoln. Her name is Laken Riley.
That's right.
And
everyday Americans are losing their loved ones every single day because we're allowing dangerous criminals, unstable mental people that are in their country are not welcome. They are putting their responsibility into the United States of America and telling them, go to America, the border is open, and go be there. We are not getting the best of the best.
and they're coming from Iran, Syria, Afghanistan, Egypt, Venezuela. tens of thousands from China and Russia?
Absolutely. And Sean, they refuse to act. And in fact, Joe Biden created this crisis. And the first 100 days of his presidency, he issued 94 executive orders undoing the work of Donald Trump. Donald Trump had the most secure border of all time. We know how to do that. The Democrats refuse to do it. I have a Laken-Riley Act in the Senate. The Democrats blocked it from actually being able to move forward.
Just that they don't want proof of citizenship. They don't want voter ID. They don't want signature verification.
Done.
Well, my question, why not?
They're remaking the country. They're remaking the
trying
country.
to.
They are. They're allowing millions and millions of people in here.
And we can do it expeditiously and in a compassionate way. If you didn't obey our laws, respect our borders and sovereignty, you have to return home, and we will give you free transportation, maybe a little money in your pocket if we have to, but you're out.
We love immigrants. This country is a country of
son of 'em.
immigrants. We just want people to obey our
grandpa.
laws. We are a nation of laws. People should come here legally, and there has to be consequences when you break the law.
Is it affecting your state, South Dakota?
You know what? I think people see it, but I can't get any numbers out of Border Patrol. I can't get anything out of this administration on if I do have illegal immigrants coming into my state. I hear anecdotal evidence, but I see the cartels are set up in South Dakota on my reservation territory. Most people don't know that Native American tribes in their land are sovereign nations. So I have no jurisdiction there. And the cartels and their affiliates have figured out they can come across the border, come into the middle of our country and set up shop and distribute drugs and human trafficking. So it's not just at the border anymore. It's
I
in the
got to
middle of
cut
our
you guys
country.
off. By the way, great to see you, Governor. Great to see you, Senator. Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.